While it's difficult to predict the future with certainty, there are reasons to be hopeful that Australia's migration system could improve, especially given the pressure for change and ongoing discussions about reform. Here are some key factors that suggest the system could get better in the future. 1. Increasing public awareness and advocacy. Over the past few years, there has been a growing awareness of the flaws in the migration system, particularly among migrant communities, advocacy groups, and the public. Many are pushing for greater fairness and transparency in how applications are handled, and this pressure could lead to reforms. As more people advocate for the rights of migrants and call for an end to the backlog and delays, it's likely the government will have to respond to this demand for change. 2. Technological advancements. The digitalization of the migration process is already underway, and this could dramatically improve efficiency. With advancements in AI, data processing, and automation, there is potential for faster visa processing times and greater transparency in the application process. AI-powered systems could help prioritize applications, flag issues more easily, and reduce the human error factor, making the system more efficient and less prone to delays. 3. A shift towards skilled migration and economic needs. Given Australia's aging population and labour shortages in key industries, there is likely to be continued emphasis on attracting skilled workers. This could lead to easier pathways for skilled migrants, clearer routes to permanent residency, and a more merit-based immigration system that recognizes the contributions of workers in essential fields like healthcare, technology, and engineering. If the system evolves to better meet the country's economic needs, it could result in a more efficient and beneficial migration framework for both migrants and Australia. 4. Humanitarian and family support reforms. Australia has made strides in refugee resettlement and family reunification, but there's still room for improvement. With increasing global crises, such as climate change, war, and displacement, Australia may strengthen its commitment to humanitarian migration and family-based migration. Expanding the support for these visa categories could not only improve the system but also boost Australia's reputation as a country that values human rights and diversity. 5. Political will and bipartisan support for reform. The political landscape may also shift in favor of migration reform. While migration can often be a politically divisive issue, there's a growing consensus that the system needs reform, especially when it comes to reducing wait times and improving transparency. If political leaders from all sides of the aisle come together to tackle the issue, meaningful policy changes could be made. 6. International comparisons and best practices. Australia, like many countries, faces pressure to adapt to changing global standards for migration systems. Countries that are more efficient, inclusive, and transparent serve as examples for best practices. Australia may look to implement reforms that improve its competitive standing as a migration destination, ensuring that the system is not only fair but also meets the needs of both the economy and society. Challenges ahead. Despite these positive developments, there are also significant challenges. Political resistance, particularly from those who want to maintain stricter immigration policies, could slow reform efforts. Additionally, the complex relationship between immigration policy, national security concerns, and political agendas may complicate the implementation of changes. Conclusion. While the road to reform is likely to be gradual and complex, there is growing momentum for improving Australia's migration system. Advances in technology, public pressure, and the country's economic needs could lead to a more streamlined, fair, and inclusive system. If the government continues to listen to the voices of migrants, advocates, and experts, there's a real possibility that the migration system will improve and become more efficient in the years to come. Ultimately, it will require a collective effort from the government, public, and migrant communities to push for and implement the necessary changes that will ensure a fairer, more transparent, and effective migration system for all.